All right, it's time to utilize some PC-DMIS Fusion for enhancing your PC-DMIS reporting. Uh, this is the home screen of PC-DMIS Fusion. This is a free add-in to your existing purchases of new CMMs. And it's essentially going to be an enhanced version of your current PC-DMIS report. You'll see right off the bat that you can jump into any given SKU that you have pushed over to your PC-DMIS Fusion from PC-DMIS. You'll get nice run charts here showing the individual points of when a particular feature was taken, when it was measured, how it was measured, the deviation on it, time, date, all of that. This is your standard PC-DMIS report. You can turn off the trend charts and you'll see that this is going to be exactly like what you would normally see within PC-DMIS. Additionally, we have a CAD report, so you would be able to have different dimensions called out depending on what particular feature you were looking for. And you can scroll through and find the different, different features that you were interested in. And then we also can do our first article reporting in here, have this all printable. You can also do all your revisions in here, so you can save all of those off. Additionally, we have what we would call the monitor dashboard. This is going to be better for maybe using up in your QC lab. Something that you could have on display in front of the operators or inspectors, so that way they can kind of keep track of different features, how they're trending over time. You'll see that there's an auto cycle button here, so it's kind of running through different dimensions. You can also make it just stand alone and not be focused on one dimension at a time, but rather can be kind of based on all of them. There's also a grid view. So if you don't really care about the CAD view, you can have the grid of just the dimensions. Maybe you have a nomenclature that's easier to read or to understand for the inspectors on the floor. And when you click into any given dimension, you'd also be able to see trend charts. You can see your maximum values, your minimum values, maybe even capture some of the, again, individual data from there. And then we can also forecast where we think that trend chart is going. So if the dimension is slowly moving up, we'll probably see that again within the next few parts, assuming they're from the same lot. All of this is configurable, so you could adjust how many parts you want to see, from when you want to see them. You don't have to have the forecast on. You can make that automatically off. And then if you're more of a quality engineer or quality manager and you really like to dive into the data, again, you have a CAD report here in the process dashboard, but you'll probably get the most benefit out of our process report, which is going to also include your CP, CPK values, and there'll be some additional charts in here, box plots, histograms, again, your trend charts per dimension, depending on what you'll need. You may find that some of these are going to be maybe too much information, so you could always just come out and say, maybe I don't want the box plots, maybe I just want the histograms for my given dimensions, and you'd be able to see that for any given dimension. We are expecting to have more more charts available on PC-DMIS Fusion by the end of the year. Within the next 6 months, I've been told we'll probably be adding somewhere between 10 to 20 additional charts. So Fusion is constantly being developed right now. It is a very high priority for our development team. And as you add SKUs or whenever you're working through your parts, you can just push them directly to this homepage here, and it'll be a searchable parts list in here. So if you didn't, if you ended up with 100 SKUs in here, you're not fumbling around trying to find the one part based on the photo or the name. You can always just search it up. So hope you learned a little something about PC-DMIS Fusion. If you're interested in it, make sure you ask your local sales engineer about it.